I cannot be more thrilled than to be standing here with all of this group today. What a phenomenal project. All the projects that I've been involved in with CDOT, with others locally, this is probably one of the most well-received public projects that I've ever been involved in. And so from the bike path to the highway to the traffic control during the project, everything was really beautifully managed. And so that's my own personal take on it.
The mayors of Frisco and Breckenridge, Thad, Dan, all of you that have worked together on this project, because it's not just about the highway. In fact, it's really not about the highway at all. It's about the people that use the roadway and that use the facilities that we're building. And if we can work together in that spirit of partnership, there is virtually nothing we can't do with a little bit more money. But I think this is a great example of what we can do together when we have shared common goals. We work together. We work through the things that are problematic. All construction projects are disruptive. They're going to disrupt something. How do we recognize that? How do we mitigate that? How do we adapt to that? And then how do we that will benefit from these projects work with the folks that are building it so we can make it a better project? And I think that this project is an exemplary example, if I can use those two words together, of that.
Great projects take a partnership, and in this case, we've got a lot of successful examples. That this time of year we're kind of making the rounds of the state, all these ribbon cuttings. But many of these projects, it's similar stories where people pull together, local governments, state governments, some private entities, federal government, resource agencies come together, common goal, and make something happen. But for that, we'd still be waiting, and we'd still be driving around the lake on a 2-lane road. And so, because people pull together, we've got a successful project here.
Thank you, Thad, and thank you, Thad, for your leadership throughout this process. It has been masterful creativity every step of the way, starting with Don Hunt and the RAMP program to every one of the partners. Every one of the partners that have been listed over and over could have been a roadblock to this success every step of the way, whether it was Forest Service, Continental Divide Land Trust, Town of Breckenridge, we need more money. Anyone could have said, no, this doesn't work, but we had this can-do attitude every step of the way, creativity with all of our partners. So thank you all.
I just really want to emphasize, without the cooperation of the Continental Divide Land Trust to look at this in a creative way, we wouldn't be standing here today. So CDLT, thank you. And then the other thing that I just want to remind everybody, we haven't mentioned it yet, but the other good thing that came out of this project is we, Summit County government, now are in charge of the rec path that heads up to Vail Pass, and that will be maintained to standards that we like without some of the challenges that CDOT had with regards to that stretch of rec path. So thanks all for coming out.
I also want to thank everyone, and especially Don Hunt. I mean, we have 100,000 people moving to the state of Colorado a year. We have about $10 billion of transportation needs over the next 10 decades. One decade down the road. So we have major challenges, and the RAMP project really help figure out that unique funding stream. Don, you're a master of public-private partnerships, and just thank you to all the partners to making this happen. So,
holy moly, what a project! And I got to come in on the end of it. Just a quick show. If you've been on the board for Colorado, who do I work for? Continental Divide Land Trust. Would you please raise your hand? Please raise your hand. Just take a look. These are the people that, besides me, worked to make this project happen. But it happened because of our partnership with Summit County, with the county commissioners, Town of Frisco, Denver Water Board, U.S. Forest Service. It is a partnership and an amazing piece. And hopefully when it's warm, you get to ride the bike path and see that it isn't. I'll correct whomever, it isn't on the old highway alignment. They've changed it and made it a better bike path. And now the creek flows into Dillon Reservoir because, and we have a safer highway. So thank you, Thad.
Thanks, Thad. Yeah, Town of Frisco early on when we saw this realignment and we're trying to figure out what to do with the Dickey Day parking, they approached Town of Frisco and what can Frisco do? So we were able to carve out a chunk of land on our peninsula recreation area, new parking area up there, new path down to the lakefront. So we're glad to be able to partner in that way. And thanks again to all the other partners here. And look forward to working with everyone to make this next section a reality. And thanks to all the leaders in Summit County that made this happen in the Continental Divide Land Trust. That's what leaders do. They solve problems and get things done, and here it is.
Now, the town of Breck's really very happy to have been a partner in this project. Who would have thought, for those of you who've been here a long time, who ever thought we'd have a highway of this magnitude between Frisco and Breck? I mean, I never thought we would be this busy that we would need this, and truly, we need this. And government has a habit of getting mired down in a lot of little minutia, but this is what we're supposed to do. So congratulations to everybody here, and really congratulations to the people that live in the county, be able to drive back and forth from Frisco to Breck. So thank you.